Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Hard Count. I'm Michael Emami, and I recently had the opportunity to speak with Dubuque High School's tight end Carson Tart. Tart is a member of the 2021 class and currently stands at 6 foot 4 inches and 235 pounds. Tart's film will show he has terrific strength and speed and is a nightmare matchup for defenses and is very versatile. Tart was voted first team all conference for tight end and was inducted into the National Honor Society as well, so a terrific student and athlete. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. We had a great conversation on here about his program, coaches, and how he's developed, and much more on this episode. All right, everyone, without further ado, here is Carson Tart. Enjoy. Tell me a little
Yeah,
about
sure.
your high school program.
Yeah. As you know, I'm a senior. I've been with the program for 4 years, and every year has been great. All the coaches are fantastic. They're always working with the guys and whatnot. And even before I got to high school, going to they have youth camps and whatnot, and I was always go to those, and they were friendly with those too. So I've really felt kind of a connection to the staff and whatnot for quite some time now. Um, and going in through practice, I'd say we're pretty efficient. Coach Ploessl, our head coach, he's really good at what he does. He makes sure that we get our installs pretty early in the week and get those down as we go through and touch up stuff as we go. And schedule wise, we get things done pretty well. There's not a lot of slacking off during practice. And if there is some, coach makes us sure that we're doing the right things. Um, yeah, I mean,
Awesome. Yeah, very, very, very cool. And so I see you here. You're listed as a tight end, defensive end. Obviously,
hmm
this is your senior year last year, 235 pounds. And
hmm
you also play football and run track. You have
yeah,
a track background as well. So tell me a little about track. Does that help you out at all? Aid you in the football field at
hmm
all?
yeah. So our main track coach for I'm mostly a shot put thrower, and our main shot put coach is actually one of the football coaches, so that ties in pretty well. And Coach Ploessl is also the main kind of strength coach for our track season. So when all the guys are in the weight room, Coach Ploessl's there. He has a workout for us, as a lot of the guys on the football team are on the track team as well. And for shot put, a lot of it primarily, is lifting. You got to get strong to be able to throw it. And working with Coach Soar, who is our shot put coach, he knows a lot about what he's doing. We're able to transition that the strength building and whatnot from shot put and transition that right over to football once the season ends.
Right,
So that's
right.
pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah,
hmm
that's awesome. And so, obviously, I've seen that you have a very very high GPA, great ACT
hmm
score, and obviously you're a member, I think, of the National Honor Society as well as it's listed here on
hmm
your Twitter page. And I kind of ask everybody this, but I wanted to ask you specifically because you seem like a particularly studious person when I've
hmm
read about you. How do you kind of go about balancing sports and academics in your kind of
hmm
busy lifestyle?
Sure. So what for me, I think, is the best thing to do is really time management. Whenever after I get home from a long day of school and after football practice, I'm not really that motivated to get work done. Um, and if I'm exhausted from practice, it's gonna be exhausting to do homework. So I tend to get as much done as I can during the day. If I got 5 minutes left in a class, I'll try to get a worksheet out and get that done. So by the end of the day, I have most of my work done. So it's not that mentally straining after, a long day of work and football to come home and just not have that much stuff to do.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
generally what I try to do.
Yeah, yeah. I know that there are a lot of younger kids that kind of struggle with this. I've spoken with a
hmm
lot of kids involving the struggle between balancing those two things. A lot of kids go
Yeah.
to school just to play sports, and obviously that's
hmm
been impacted tremendously with what's going on with COVID-19. But I wanted to ask you if you could give advice to a young man or young kid coming into the program involving balancing
hmm
those two things. What would you tell them?
I would say definitely get into a habit. When you start early and you start getting into a routine and whatnot, and discipline yourself into getting your work done, then it'll just come much easier to you. So when you have those tough days, when you have a lot packed in, you'll know what to do and you'll be able to get that stuff done.
Right, right. Awesome, awesome. And so tell me a little about your parents. How have they influenced you?
Sure. Yeah. Both my parents are from North Carolina. We came here, when I was pretty young. But for most of my life, I both of my parents have kind of, always um, motivated me and basically encouraged me in what I do. Um, my dad has been, pretty much encouraged me and my brother in sports ever since we started back in like second grade. And he's coached us for a while, so he's been kind of with us there um, every step of the way, pretty much until right now. And my mom, on the other hand, who's not, the most sports intelligent, um, is really good at, kind of keeping us motivated in at school. So she's always like, make sure you guys have your work done and whatnot. But at the same time, she's like really supportive, um, and is, really just kind of the reason why I value education so much. I would say she was kind of in some of the same boat when she was going into college, with some pressure and just kind of she's just really helped me to kind of figure some things out and not be as stressed during this recruiting process and looking for the right school and what's best for me.
Right, right. That's awesome to hear. And obviously, kind of going off that question, do you have any role models, I would say, not only in your household, but in professional
Hmm.
football or college football? Do you kind of
Hmm.
anybody in particular you look up to?
Sure. Yeah. I would say really some of the people I look up to are even my own teammates. When we're in the weight room and whatnot, and seeing them work hard makes me want to work hard as well. Because it's a team-based thing, and we all got to be in this together. And in turn, I want to work hard because I see everyone else working hard. I want to work hard for maybe even some of the younger kids, and get them that motivation and that fire that they want to do that much better. As everyone is kind of in this wanting to reach that same goal.
Right, right. Awesome, awesome. And so, what are you kind of doing in particularly in terms of colleges right now? I know that you've received a
Hmm.
couple of offers. So
Hmm.
tell me a little bit about kind of how the recruitment process is treating you right now.
Hmm. So it's been pretty decent, I'd say. I mean, this is the first year I've been recruited, really, so it's not um, different, I would say. Even with COVID, I've never experienced it before, so it's kind of all new to me. So it's not really unnatural, but it's mostly just been calls and texts from coaches and some Zoom calls and some virtual junior days is what they've been doing this year. But I'd say, they've all been doing pretty great trying to get, information to me about schools, getting me excited about, their schools and whatnot. Um, what the tough thing has really just been in-person stuff. I haven't been able to get out to any visits actually, or meet coaches and stuff in person and see the campuses, which is really what has been the struggle with making a decision and whatnot.
Is there anybody in particular that you're leaning towards? Obviously, you've got plenty of schools to choose from here, and
Mhm.
obviously you're a tight end, defensive end, and you're a big guy, so you've got a lot to offer. Is there anybody in particular you're leaning towards? Any program that you're kind of warm or cool on?
I haven't really quite narrowed it down so much. I'd say my primary focus when looking at a college is the education portion. So a lot of those, pioneer schools and some Ivy Leagues have been showing some interest. I'd say I'd lean kind of towards the higher education schools, as that is really what I value and really what I would want to get out of college. I like football and all, but I just got to think about what I'm doing for the rest of my life.
Awesome, awesome. And then one kind of final question here for you for fun.
Hmm.
I ask this to everybody as kind of a tongue in cheek, but if you were to get drafted by an NFL team and your dreams were to be realized at that portion of it,
Hmm.
what kind of your preferred team would you want to be drafted by?
That's a good question. I mean, maybe I guess kind of going back to my roots, in North Carolina, possibly the Panthers. Like I said, both my parents are from North Carolina, and we have a lot of family up there. And we've been going there for years. And my feeder team I played on when I was younger was actually the Panthers, which my dad kind of helped to start up. So we'll probably want to continue on that team.
All right, that's very, very cool, Carson. Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your time
All
too.
right, no problem. All right, thank you very much. Take care. All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. That was Carson Tart out of Dubuque High School in Iowa. If you'd like to contact Carson, his Twitter account is @TartCarson, and I'll be sure to put his Huddle link below as well. If you'd like to contact me, my Twitter account is @EmamiMichael. My Facebook page is @TheHardCount with Michael Emami. Be sure to check out also my Instagram as well, and it's @TheHardCount with Michael Emami, and give the channel a subscription. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, everyone, thanks so much for listening. This has been The Hard Count. Do you have what it takes to go D1?